Hi, super readers and writers. Last time we were together, we looked at words that have the ah sound that A makes in the middle and the I sound that I makes in the middle. Words that have the A sound, ah, in the middle sound like this. Wag, tag, bag, flag, rag. I heard ah in the middle of all of those words. All of these words have an A in the middle that says ah. The words that have an I in the middle that say I sound like this. Pig, dig, stick, big, wig. I heard I in the middle of all of those words because all of those words have an I in the middle that says I. Today I want to teach you that as our ears get stronger, we'll have to be able to listen for more vowels. Not just A that says ah and I that says I. We'll have to listen for all of the vowels because remember, every word and name has a vowel. So we'll need to know all of the vowels and the sounds that they make. Read them with me. A, apple, ah. E, egg, eh. I, igloo, I. O, octopus, ah. U, umbrella, Today we are going to keep listening for those vowel sounds in the middle of words, like how in the middle of cat, we hear the ah sound that A makes. And in the middle of dog, we hear the ah sound that O makes. It's not time for fast phonics, but we needed more room because we're going to be listening to more vowels today. Get your ear muscles ready. We are going to hear the middle of some words. We're going to hear eh in the middle, like egg. We're going to hear ah in the middle, like octopus. And we're going to hear I in the middle, like igloo. We're going to listen for the middle of some words and put them where they go. Let's start. Hop. What sound do you hear in the middle of hop? Do you hear eh, ah, or I? Ah, I hear ah in the middle of hop. Let's try another. Web. What sound do you hear in the middle of web? Do you hear eh, ah, or I? Like egg. How about this one? Pen. Let's really stretch it. Pen. I hear eh. Which picture says eh? Igloo, octopus, or egg? Egg. I hear an eh sound in the middle of pen. Let's try this one. Ship. I'm going to try stretching it on my arm. Ship. I hear I. Like at the beginning of igloo. Ship has an I sound in it. Let's try another. Bin. I'm going to try reading this one like a robot so I can hear all of the sounds. B, I, N. I heard I in the middle of bin. Which picture says I? Egg, octopus, or igloo? Igloo, bin, and ship both have I in the middle. Let's try another. Pot. Now to hear the middle sound, I really need to stretch the word. I'm going to try doing it like a robot again. P-ah-t. I heard ah in the middle of pot, like hop and octopus. Let's try another. Chop. I'm going to try counting the sounds this time. Ch-ah-p. The middle sound that I heard was ah in chop, just like pot, hop, and the beginning of octopus. Let's try another. Net. I'm going to try counting the sounds to hear all of them. N, et. I heard n at the beginning of net, in the middle of net, and t at the end of net. The middle sound was like at the beginning of egg, or like in the middle of pen and web. Let's try another. Pig. I'm going to try reading the sounds like a robot to hear all of them. P, ig. I heard I in the middle, just like igloo. Let's try another. Hog. I'm gonna try counting the sounds to hear all of them. Og. I heard ah in the middle of hog, just like in the middle of chop, pot, and hop. Let's try some more. Pit. What sound do you hear in the middle of pit? I'm gonna try using my arm to stretch it out. It. I heard it in the middle of pit, just like I hear at the beginning of igloo. Let's try one more word. We'll try to listen for all of the sounds in the word. Wet. Let's listen for all of the sounds in wet. I'm gonna do it like a robot to hear all of the sounds. W, e, t. I heard in the middle of wet, just like I hear in the middle of net, pen, and web. Wet has an sound in the middle. Well, now that we've sorted all of our middle sounds, let's read them to make sure we're right. Try to read with me. We hear at the beginning of egg and the middle of web, pen, net, wet. We hear at the beginning of octopus and the middle of hop, pot, chop, hog. We hear it in the beginning of igloo and the middle of ship, bin, pig, and pit. All of these words say in the middle. That's the sound that E makes. All of these words say ah in the middle. That's the sound that O makes. All of these words say it in the middle. That's the sound that I makes. All of these words have a vowel in the middle. These words all have the vowel E that says in the middle. These words all have the vowel O that says ah in the middle. These words all have the vowel I that says I in the middle. Every word in name has a vowel, and sometimes we have to use our arm to hear all of the sounds, or talk like a robot to hear all of the sounds, or count the sounds to hear all of them. We really have to use our ear muscles to hear the first, middle, and last sound of a word. It's time for Fast Phonics. Let's look at our vowels and say the names and sounds. A, apple, E, egg, I, igloo, O, octopus, U, umbrella, Now we can look at our letter of the day, which is still the letter K. This is the letter K. It makes the K sound, like we hear at the beginning of words like koala, or at the end of words like cake. I'm going to write an uppercase K and a lowercase k. They're both tall, so they're both going to go all the way to the top line that I write on. Uppercase K goes down, and then in and out. Uppercase K. Lowercase k goes down, and then from the dotted line I go in and out. They look a lot alike, but all of uppercase K's lines touch the top line. Only one of lowercase k's lines touch the top line. Remember, uppercase letters are always tall. Lowercase letters are sometimes tall. Let's try reading a word that starts with the K sound that K makes. K-I-D. Let's read the sounds and then read the word. K-I-D. Kid. Kid. This is the word kid. We know that K says K like at the beginning of koala. But sometimes K says K at the end of a word. Sometimes when we see k at the end of a word, it can look like this. CK. When we see CK together, it says k. It doesn't say k. It just says k. Kind of like how when we see SH together, they are such a great team that makes the sh sound. SH says shh, like at the beginning of shut or ship. CK says k, like at the end of back, rack, and lack. We hear CK that says k at the end of tons of words. Let's try reading one. B-A-C-K. B says B. A says A. And CK together say K. They are such a great team that says K. So this says B-A-K. Back. This says back. Let's try another CK word. A word that ends with CK that says K. T-A-C-K. T says T. A says A. And CK together say K. So this says T-A-K. Tack. This is the word tack. On Monday, we learned 2 brand new sight words. She, that's a word we use when we're talking about a girl or a woman. And was, that's a word we use when we're talking about something that already happened. She was learning. She was listening. She likes to ride her bike. I was tired this morning. Let's spell she together. S-H-E. She. Let's whisper spell it. S-H-E. She. This is the word she. I'm going to write she on the writing lines. I start with my small s. I go back and around. Now my tall H. I start at the top and go down, little hill. Now my small e. I start under the dotted line and go across and around. Small letters always stay below the dotted line. Tall letters always go to the top. And we don't have any fall letters right now, but they fall down below the line. Let's spell was together. W-A-S, was. Let's spell it again. This time, let's do it like a scary monster. Get your best scary monster voice on. W-A-S, was. Great job, guys. This is the word was. I'm going to write was on the writing lines. I start with W. I go down, up. Now my small a. I go around, up, down. And now my small s. I go back and around. Was has all small letters, so they stayed below the dotted line. Today we learned that because there's a vowel in every word or name, sometimes we have to turn our ear muscles on to really hear the vowel in the middle of a word. We can talk like a robot, stretch on our arm, or count the sounds to hear the beginning, middle, and end of words. We also learned a very special trick about these 2 letters, C-K. When we put them together, they make a great team that says K, like at the end of back or rack.